It's the end of June and my vegetable patch is absolutely thriving. We have just finished a 30+ degree heat for the last week and honestly it's done my garden the world of good. As you can see, the corn in the fields behind me is also doing amazingly, but I'm going to turn you around. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm growing, how it's doing, and honestly I just cannot wait. So starting off with my tomatoes, I've been growing a few different varieties this year, and as you can see they are bushing out really nicely. I've got lots of actual tomatoes growing through as well as some more flowers, so I think it's going to be a huge harvest this year across every single one of them. I've paired them up with marigolds at the bottom and honestly it's made such a difference. I've had basically no pests over here whatsoever, but I cannot wait to start harvesting all of these different tomatoes, all the different types, and obviously when I do I will take you with me along the way. But these guys have bushed out so nicely and I'm genuinely really impressed with my tomatoes so far this year. Moving around the side, my onions are really starting to fatten up in terms of the stems. No sign of onion growth at the bottom just yet really, but I know that will come over time. I've done sweet corn for the first time this year and that is really starting to grow up nicely. That's actually up past my waist now, so really pleased with how that's going. I've just been doing a little bit of trimming for my courgettes. This is my biggest courgette and I've actually been doing hand pollination, which I'll show you in a second in this video exactly what I do and how I do it. But as you can see, I've got 1, 2 and a really good thick one coming through there, number 3. So what I'm showing you first is the female part of the plant, and as you can see it's got a mini courgette starting to go through, and this is what it looks like inside. What you need to do to pollinate that is grab one of the males, which the stem looks completely different, and if you take the head off of that male you can use it to hand pollinate, and I'll show you how. Again, looks completely different inside as you can see, but what you want to do is remove all the petals from the outside and basically gently rub the inside part of the male on the inside part of the female, and this is just going to give it a helping hand to pollinate and make sure it produces much bigger, decent sized fruit. I actually filmed this part on Wednesday morning before I went away for work, and as you can see there's a huge difference in size for all 3 courgettes already. I've also started training these upwards instead of letting them just spread out, and I think it's made a really big difference in terms of airflow. So I've actually just started popping that one up because that one's growing through nicely. That one's doing nothing, let's ignore that. This one obviously I've just propped up as well as that one, so we'll see how they go. These are raspberry canes. We didn't plant these, but we had these already, and I think it's kind of just spread through underneath the ground through the vegetable patch, so we've got extra raspberries compared to what we thought we was going to have. I've just picked a few which I'll eat this evening. On top of that I've also got, which are just starting to make a proper appearance now, my runner beans. They were all the way across. These ones were peas but they've died off, and as you can see I need to do a whole bunch of de-weeding in that section there. Again, I've just put some more marigolds throughout just to try and help deter some pests away. But if I come around the other side, all my clover by the way in my garden, which just looks so pretty and comes back so nicely every year now. And if I come around the other side, these are my little leeks. They're not doing a whole lot at the moment, but they're doing something, so we'll just give it a go, see what happens. And these are my cucumbers, which some of these have gone a bit squiffy, but some are now starting to produce some nice fruits, which is really good. So that's my first vegetable patch. Like, that's the main bulk of my crops, but I'm actually going to take you to see the rest of what I'm growing as well. So down the little garden path, and Margot's been digging in the garden, so I need to fix that at some point. So over here we've got carrots and onions, and these are going really, really well. I haven't actually thinned my carrots out, and as you can see I desperately need to, so that is going to be a job for this weekend. And then over there are my broccolis. So I made a massive mistake just quickly with my tomatoes. All of these I put out far too early and they've pretty much died off. There's only a few flowers and tomatoes on a couple of them, but as you can see they're feeling really sorry for themselves. So I've definitely learned the trick there not to put them out too soon, because that was my biggest mistake on those. But look, my first ever broccoli heads. So when I tried doing broccoli last year, there was another couple somewhere. Oh yeah, where are you? Where are you? Oh, there you are, down there. But when I tried doing broccoli last year, this didn't work. So I added the netting, and again, it's made such a difference. I'm still getting some bugs going through, some feedings happening, but it's growing broccoli, so I really can't complain because I've never grown broccoli successfully before. I really, really need to sort this out, and that's just a bit of reality, as well as these kind of dead tomatoes. Can't remember what these are. I want to say that they're courgettes, but I feel like this might actually be a pumpkin because of the way it's growing. So I'm just going to wait and see what happens with those and plant them on when I can. Picked some more strawberries today. Over here we have my aubergines and my sweet peppers, which I honestly have not done enough hard work on these recently. We've been having the bathroom sorted, and so we've just kind of let all the vegetables fall by the wayside, but I have got peppers growing through on a couple, so we're getting there slowly but surely. Got a couple at the top there, but I definitely need to work a little bit harder on those. But it's been really hard because we've had this covering most of the patio area, and therefore blocking some of the sun. But I'm going to work harder on those. The strawberries, which are now letting out all of these vines, so I really need to pot these up and make some more strawberry plants out of those. But they're still letting off so many flowers as well. A couple more sweet peppers. Again, I have not paid these enough attention. More strawberries, but I think these are kind of finished. More tomatoes, again doing really well. Some cucumbers, again not doing too bad. Slowly but surely getting there. more and more tomatoes. I think I'm gonna have enough tomatoes to feed 1,000. And then these have been strawberries, and they've all been letting out loads, which is good. And then lastly, my lettuce, which Mike forgot to water, so it's getting a little bit dry, but honestly, so happy with all of these. And then I've also got 3 sets of potatoes growing. So my first earlies are pretty much dying off now, so I'm going to harvest those in the next week. Then these are my second earlies, which, as you can see, are still absolutely thriving, so they're nowhere near ready yet. They've got probably a month or so left. And then these are my main crops, which again, probably a good 8 to 12 weeks until I'm ready to harvest those. But that is reality. Yeah, my little vegetable growing tour honestly makes such a difference. Like, I feel really happy coming out, getting my hands dirty in the mud and just growing my own veg. I don't know, I've just never done it successfully until, well, last year, but this year's just, and then obviously doing it with that view. Like, you cannot beat a view like that, can you? Absolutely gorgeous. And then when the tractors roll through to cut it all down, obviously I'll video that and share that with you all as well. I hope you enjoyed the little vegetable growing tour. Completely unpolished. I'm literally just going to put it up pretty much as it is, just put these 3 clips together. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. I will do another one again when we're ready to harvest and take you with me along the way. Bye.